This is the fourth video for the 7.1b lesson. We're going to use function notation some more. And now we have two different functions. We have f of x equals x squared and g of x equals x minus 1. And now we start to see why maybe using function notation is helpful. First of all, it tells us that both of these are functions. Secondly, we have two different names for these, right? F of x and g of x, like Frank and Gary, just like people might have and do have names. So that way we don't get these confused. So now we can just use this shorthand down here to say 4 times f of 4. And we will know that we need to use this function rule. And these two functions are used for the next couple slides. So you can tell that this slide actually does not use g of x or Gary or whatever you want to call this linear function. And it only uses this squaring function. So let's take a look at this one. You can do this all at once, but my recommendation, maybe first time through some of these, is to just focus on the inside first, so that you somehow don't break some rule of PEMDAS with these. So we're just going to do f of 4. So we're going to use this rule, and it is that we're going to square it. And I would start to use parentheses because plugging in a negative here might cause something different to happen. So 4 times 4 is 16. And then we're going to take 16 and we're going to plug it in for f of 4. So we're going to get 4 times, right? That's what braces with a number in front mean, similar to parentheses, times 16. And 4 times 16 is 64. And that is our final answer for this. So this is 64. Once you've done these a couple times, maybe piecemeal like I've done, then you might be able to do them all in one line of work. But I do like this idea of maybe just doing it bit by bit. We'll do the same thing on this one. This one says 5 times g of 3 minus f of 2. So we'll start with what is g of 3? So when we plug 3 into the g function, we get 3 minus 1, because we're going to plug in 3 for x, which is 2. And next, we're also going to figure out what is then f of 2. So f of 2 is parentheses 2 squared. So our input should have parentheses around it with an exponent, which is 4. And now we're going to go and put this together into the statement 5 times what we got from g of 3, which was 2, minus what we got from f of 2, which was 4. We don't really need parentheses there, but put them or don't put them, doesn't matter. And we get 10 minus 4, which is 6. All right, so we now know, and we can input these in. And the next couple slides have similar things. So we got for this one 64. And we got for this one 4. So it's primarily understanding what and how to read this is important, and making sure that you carefully look at what are the function rules. And oftentimes what I have seen people do is if they're using g, they might forget that it has a minus 1 there and just copy it incorrect.